Welcome to Science Math TV. In today's video, we have a problem that is staring at us, simultaneous linear equations, and we are asked to solve for x and y. And the problem is 7x minus 4y is equal to 23, and 4x minus 3y is equal to 11. So in solving this problem, you have to bring down the problem. You have to write down the problem as given. 4x minus 3y is equal to 11. Call this equation 1 and this one equation 2. The next step you have to follow is to decide on your own. Decide what technique you would use to solve the problem. So on your own, the next step is to decide the technique you would use to solve the problem. You could either use the elimination or substitution method to solve the problem. So let's use the substitution method to solve this problem. By substitution, what is required is that you make one variable the subject of the formula and use the expression to substitute in the other equation to solve for the other variable. So what that means is, if this is equation 1 and we decide to make the variable y the subject of the formula, what we would have is minus 4y being equal to 23. If this one goes over to this side, it becomes minus 7x. And y alone will be the same as 23 minus 7x into 4. So this will be minus. The entirety of this is minus. So if you open this up, it becomes 7x minus 23 over 4. So this is the expression for y. That is the first step you have to follow if you are employing the substitution method to solve these simultaneous linear equations. So with this, the next step is to substitute the expression for this y into equation 2. If you do that, you have that 4x minus 3, what you now have as our y is 7x minus 23 over 4, being equal to 11. So the next step is to clear the brackets. So which means that 4x minus 3 times 7, minus 3 times 7x is minus 21x. Minus 3 times 23 is plus 69. This will be over 4 and it is equal to 11. So we've opened up this bracket to now have this. So if you look at this once more, you can take the LCM. This is actually 4x over 1. You can take the LCM, which is 4, to further solve this. So if 4 goes into this, it becomes 4. 4 times 4x is 16x. Then if 4 goes into this, it becomes 1. Use 1 to multiply every other thing, which is minus, as it is, minus 21x plus 69, being equal to 11. If you look at this equation, you will find out that this 16 and this are like terms. So you collect the like terms together. The next step is to collect like terms together. And by doing that, you have 16x minus 21, which is the same as minus 5x plus 69 over 4 is equal to 11. The next thing to do is to cross multiply to have this, the entirety of this, this is actually 11 over 1. So the entirety of this times 1 is minus 5x, the same as it is, because it's being multiplied by 1, which is equal to 4 times 11, 44. So the next thing to do is to collect like terms together. As you can see, these are numbers, they could be collected together. So if this one goes over to this side, it becomes 44 minus 69, and you have 5x. So 44 minus 69 is minus 25, and this is minus 5x. So what it means is that x will be the same as minus 25 over minus 5, which is the same as what? 5. So therefore, x is equal to 5. So now that we have arrived at the solution for x, the next thing we must do is to substitute this value of x into either of our equations, either equation 1 or equation 2. For instance, let's take equation 1 and substitute the value of x to get the expression for y. We have 7x, our x is 5, minus 4y being equal to 23. So this 7 times 5 is 35 minus 4y being equal to 23. Now if you look at this problem, if you look at this equation, these two are like terms, so we must collect them together. So if that happens, you have minus 4y being equal to 23. If this one crosses over, it becomes minus 35. So we have minus 4y being equal to 23 minus 35, which is the same as minus 12. So it implies that y is the same as minus 12 over minus 4, which is 3. So y is equal to 3. So having gotten this, you could also employ the elimination method to arrive at the same answer, if you can. So let's employ the elimination method to solve the problem. And bring down our problem once more. 7x minus 4y being equal to 23. I have this as equation 1. And 4x minus 3y being equal to 11. We have this as equation 2. The elimination method requires that you make one variable's coefficient to be the same. So you could eliminate that and then solve for the other variable. So if you look at these two equations, we can actually make the coefficient of x to be the same by multiplying equation 1 by 4 and also multiplying equation 2 by 7. Or we can make variable y's coefficient to be the same by multiplying equation 1 by 3 and multiplying equation 2 by 4. So by doing so, we multiply equation 1 by 3, we multiply equation 1 by 3, and also equation 2 by 4. So if you multiply equation 1 by 3, what it means is that 3 times 7 will be 3 times 7x will be 21x minus 3 times 4y will be 12y equal to 3 times 23 will be 69. Let's call this equation 3. Then, multiplying equation 2 by 4 will give 4 times 4 will be 16x minus 4 times 3y will be 12y, which is the same as 4 times 11 will be 44. Call this equation 4. From here, you can see that the coefficient of y is the same. Then the big puzzle is, how can you then eliminate the variable y? So what you must do is to subtract equation 4 from equation 3 or vice versa to be able to eliminate the variable y in order to solve for x. So by doing that, equation 3 minus equation 4 will give this minus this will give you 5x. This minus this one will now be plus, it will be 0. So 0 being equal to this minus this will give you 25, making x to be the same as 25 over 5, which is the same as 5. So this is our x. So in order to get y, you substitute the value of x into either of these equations to have y. So if you do that with equation 2, you can have that 4x, our x now is 5, minus 3y is equal to 11. So open up the bracket to have 4 times 5, which is 20, minus 3y being equal to 11. The next thing to do is to collect like terms together. So if you do that, you have minus 3y being equal to 11 minus 20. And this will be minus 9, which is the same as minus 3y. So it implies that y is equal to minus 9 over minus 3, which is the same as 3. So if you look at our previous solutions using the substitution method, you will see that you obtain x as 5. And if you also look at the elimination method, you will see that x is 5. If you check out the same thing for y, you will see that the answers are correct. So whichever method you decide to use to solve the problem is for you to decide. And I wish you well in your quest to learning mathematics. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.